coming. We are going to start by welcoming the faculty of LECOM at Elmira. And at this time, I would like to welcome the class of 2026. Good morning and welcome to the White Coat Ceremony for the LECOM at Elmira class of 2026. I am Angela Wood, the Student Support Specialist for the LECOM at Elmira campus, and it is indeed a great pleasure and privilege to welcome all of you as we join the LECOM administration, clinical faculty, and special guests to celebrate the class of 2026. The White Coat Ceremony is truly a unique event for our osteopathic medical students in LECOM. The first White Coat Ceremony at LECOM was celebrated in 1996. This ceremony emphasizes the importance of medical knowledge and holistic, compassionate care in the training of physicians. We here at LECOM at Elmira, the fourth and newest medical campus of LECOM, are excited to carry on the tradition of celebrating the remarkable achievements of the class of 2026. The White Coat Ceremony not only provides an opportunity for medical students to reaffirm the commitment they made to become competent osteopathic physicians, but to acknowledge LECOM's commitment to providing the highest level of education and clinical training necessary to help these students achieve their goal. We will begin the ceremony today with the Osteopathic Physician's Prayer offered by osteopathic physician and longtime family practitioner, Dr. Christina Cummings. Following the prayer, we will be led to the Pledge of Allegiance by the first osteopathic physician to practice in Chemung County and longtime internist and geriatrician, Dr. Roger Shinoni, who serves as an assistant professor of internal medicine. Dr. Cummings?
Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, thou great physician, I kneel before you. Since every good and perfect gift must come from you, I pray, give skill to my hand, vision to my mind, kindness and sympathy to my heart. Give me singleness of purpose, strength to lift at least a part of the burden of my suffering from fellow men, and a true realization that the privilege is mine. Take from my heart all guile and worldliness, that with simple faith of a child I may rely on thee. Amen.
I would ask you all to stand, please, and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Man, blinded by the lights, but welcome everybody. I'm the Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at LECOM at Elmira, and I welcome you to Elmira, welcome you to our, really our second annual White Coat Ceremony. We had two the same day last year. It's a little hotter then. It's not bad today. So, welcome. It's a very special day. You know, our students, parents, your children, siblings, spouses, whatever the case may be, you've started medical school, hopefully, at the end of this 100-year pandemic, which just seems to go on and on and on. But it's been a lot of uncertainty, a lot of suffering, a lot of loss for everybody. And you know what you've seen as we start medical school and through your collegiate career is basically firsthand how a disease can truly turn the world upside down. And we're now still trying to put that all back together. So we applaud you for your bravery, your commitment to persevering students, and starting your medical career in such a unique manner at the, end, hopefully end of a pandemic. So it's a special day for our students, for families, for loved ones, and it's a special day, for us, for the faculty, for our entire LECOM faculty, staff, we're very honored to share this day with you. And I wanted to introduce this wonderful faculty who's all now sitting down, but I'm going to have them stand up again individually to introduce everybody, our distinguished institutional leaders and also special guests that have joined us. So as I call your name, Dr. Christina Cummings, Assistant Professor of Family Medicine. All right. I want to say his name because I love it. Dr. Constantino Lambrousis, but you guys know him as Dr. Gus. Dr. Roger Shinoni, see that already? Dr. John Weston, Assistant Professor and our Director of OPP. Dr. Rick Hartman, Assistant Professor of Surgical and Clinical Pathology. Dr. Warren Chin, Assistant Professor of Family Medicine and OMM. Dr. Raj Galati, Assistant Professor of Anatomy. Wow. Raj, I'm liking that for anatomy at this point. That's really good. Excellent. But you haven't had a test yet, right? So, Dr. Munir Sayed, Assistant Professor of Pathology. Dr. Sayed. You like histology. Okay. Dr. John Shanone, Assistant Professor of Internal Medicine. Dr. Chabon. Dr. Octavia Flanagan, Assistant Professor of PBL. All right. Dr. Kayla Penta, Assistant Professor of Basic Sciences. Dr. Penta. Dr. Max Krasta, Associate Professor of Physiology. We have a special guest from Erie, Dr. Kevin Thomas. He's a professor of family medicine and a director of our student affairs at Erie. And we're grateful for Dr. Thomas to come all the way here from Erie and join us on this special day. Miss Rosemary Anthony, clinical instructor of PBL. Dr. Randolph Scott, assistant professor of surgery. Dr. Scott. Dr. Aaron Fulton, assistant professor of immunology. Fulton. So also I want to recognize that none of this happens without this incredible staff that we have, namely Angela Wood. Angela? Okay, please. Suzanne Harkness. Suzanne, where are you? I don't know where Suzanne is. And Patty Morse, who's here helping. So thank you all, and also thank you to our second and third year students who have volunteered to participate and do this as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you for giving back. So, you know, we are proud to recognize our LECOM president, and that's Dr. John Ferretti. His leadership, his belief in our mission. He is the first osteopathic internist, and who in 1992 had this vision of bringing medical education to Erie, Pennsylvania, with the establishment of LECOM. Through Dr. Ferretti's guidance, leadership, LECOM continues to be nationally recognized, an innovator of medical education, and the largest medical school in the United States. I might add the most applied to as well. We're the best, as I tell them. I'm humble. This year, the total enrollment of the College of Medicine, the School of Pharmacy, the School of Dental Medicine, our master's programs, our PhD programs, health sciences, post-baccalaureate sciences, across all three campuses, is over 4,200 students nationally. I'm also very pleased to recognize Dr. Sylvia Ferretti, our provost, our Senior Vice President of LECOM and Dean of Academic Affairs at our College of Medicine in Erie. She was unable to join us today, but she is the first as the Dean of a College of Medicine in 1993, and then the Provost since 2002. She has been a trailblazer when it comes to healthcare education, with the innovative offerings and the introduction of various learning pathways that really have been unprecedented in medical education, namely the accelerated pharmacy program pathway, namely the accelerated medical program, such as a 3-year DO degree with primary care scholars, and the physician's assistant program as well that we have, along with our innovative curriculums and problem-based learning, directed study pathway. At all campuses, we offer PBL as well as some of our other pathways. But these truly, in medical education, for any of you who know anything about it, very innovative, very radically different from the way, historically, physicians have been trained, over the century. So we're very proud of her. Both Dr. John and Dr. Sylvia are the reason and the support that we have a medical school here today in Elmira. I mean, we're one of about only 150 cities in the country that have a medical school. But we're honored also today to have one of our own graduates, Dr. Jeremy Lux. And Dr. Lux is our white coat speaker. He is a 2004 graduate from the Erie campus, which at that time, I believe, was our only campus. We had just considered starting Bradenton, and Greensburg hadn't done. He finished an emergency medicine residency after starting in family medicine, and then decided to become an emergency doctor. Finished that in 2009. He's got quite an accomplished career. He joined Arnott Ogden Medical Center. That's our major health system here right in Elmira, in 2011. He actually served as our first clinical director, student coordinator, when we were building this nascent infrastructure of clinical education, which is so critical for the students to have after they finish their first 2 years. He actually put together the entire curriculum for the ER rotation, which is a required rotation in the 4th year for all of our students. So that's when we started our regional campus at Elmira, which quickly became one of the largest campuses that we have. He then assumed more responsibility as we built a residency in emergency medicine at Arnott, which continues today, an ACGME ER residency, which is one of the best in the country, assumed more responsibility, and then became department chair of the program from 2015 to 2021. He currently is the medical staff president at Arnott Health. He also works with addiction medicine and is the director of addiction medicine training at Guthrie. Dr. Lux is a computer tech guru, among many other things, and been a leader in informatics at Arnott as well. He truly is a remarkable guy, a jack of all trades, with more hobbies than I could list, but I just wanted to get the highlights. He does animation. They're very vast. And, he does beekeeping, and Irish whistle, which maybe he'll play for us after. But moreover, he is an outstanding, exemplary role model of what we wish a LECOM graduate and an osteopathic physician to be. So it is truly our honor to have Dr. Lux be our guest speaker for White Coat Ceremony. Dr. Lux, thank you.
With an introduction like that, I'll tell you. So when I started over at LECOM back in 2000, the class size was probably maybe about the size you guys are right now. And it's just really tremendous how it has grown over the years. You know, the Bradenton campus started probably maybe my 2nd or 3rd year of medical school. And it's just, LECOM has just continued to grow and influence medicine in this country in ways that were unprecedented probably when I was in medical school thinking about it. I wouldn't imagine we would be where we are now. And my career, as I've developed and grown and go through things, to actually have a medical school open up where I became an attending physician is pretty phenomenal. The white coat ceremony that we're all gathered here for today is it's a very special event, and I don't know I could fully grasp and handle it at the time when I was in that stage of training that you guys are. You're about to embark on the next steps in becoming a physician, and it's kind of a transitional period for you now. You're coming from college, and you're going on now to going into medical school and the rest of your training. What this ceremony represents it's not clear, I think, at first to a lot of students. It symbolizes your solidification and your commitment to your calling. This is you being welcomed into the medical profession as a whole. It's another milestone in your training, of which you've had quite a few between going through all of your elementary, high school, college, and out of this. And some people probably even had training outside of college before even coming to here. You should be really proud of where you've made it so far today. 22 years ago, which is surprising to say out loud, when I was sitting in those chairs, it really was fantastic, kind of seeing how healthcare has changed and developed over time. We've definitely experienced some highs and we've experienced some lows in medicine since then, and we've seen healthcare grow as a commodity in this country, and we've seen global pandemics and everything else in between. It's kind of hard to describe or fully comprehend medicine and what this training is like unless you experience it yourself. I want to mention a few things that are kind of coming up for you that I think will maybe help you along in your journey. First part of that is an acknowledgement about the training itself. This training is challenging. This is not going to be just a simple, easy undertaking. It's long hours, it's tests, it's stress, it's time away from your family, it's working with the sick, and it's working with the dying. It's also helping those in need. It's calming a scared child enough that you can try to get a good abdominal examination to see if they have appendicitis, and maybe even get a smile out of them in the process. You're going to be there for your patients on their very worst of days, and also on some of their best. It's okay to acknowledge these things. It's okay to know that this is going to be an undertaking and a challenge. It's okay to say it out loud. Medicine is challenge. Medicine is also reward. It's an extremely rewarding thing and a very noble pursuit that you're all taking right now. I want you all to remember when you're studying, when you're on your clerkships, later on when you're in residency, that this is a tremendous thing and you're all in this together. No one can understand what you're going through as much as everyone that's sitting in these chairs right now. No one's going to understand what it is to be in the position you're in except for each other and those that have already done it. And I want you to remember that because you need to help each other out. You need to notice whenever you have a colleague that's in need. There's small things that you can do, be it sharing notes or going to a movie. If you don't know who Dr. Glockenflecken is, you're going to. So, show the latest TikTok there. And just small things, small deeds build up over time, and it'll really help you out in your training and in your career. As with many things in life, the challenging parts often end up being the best. Those are the ones that are the most memorable. I wouldn't trade anything that I've done or any of the training or any of the highs or the lows for anything at this point. This isn't an easy profession, and but it is a noble one. This is a great and noble pursuit, and you should be proud of yourselves that you've decided to take this and undergo all of this training and this challenge because there is great reward in it. This code is a symbol that you know this, you accept this path, and you're going to continue on this noble path in your dedication on this journey. Each and every one of you should be proud of this undertaking and this commitment, and I want to welcome you all into this esteemed healthcare community. I want you all to clap for yourselves because you earned this.
Thank you, Dr. Lux. To the members of the class of 2026, the white coat ceremony today celebrates and marks just one of the steps that you will go through to become a compassionate and innovative osteopathic physician. By wearing the white coat presented to you, you're accepting the responsibilities of the medical profession and what it represents. Your continued success as a student and future osteopathic physician depends on your growth and your development as a compassionate human being who strives to serve all of those around them. Your ability to demonstrate understanding, care, empathy are the touchstones of becoming a great osteopathic physician. It is the tradition of the deans, the clinical faculty, to assist each student as they put on their white coat for the very first time. So at this time, I would like to introduce our esteemed osteopathic physicians who will have the honor of cloaking you today. Dr. Christina Cummings. All right. Dr. Gus Constantino Lambrusis. Dr. Roger Shinoni. Dr. John Weston. Dr. Rick Hartman. And Dr. Warren Chin. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Galati as he will begin reading the names of the class of 2026. Dr. Galati?
Thank you, Dr. Terry. I would ask you all to hold your applause until the end. May we have the first group forward. Walid Abdel Fattah. Lilia Agarkov. Raza Ahmed. Saba Ahmed. Zanab Alam. Daniel Alenik. Thank you. Abbas Al-Hassan. Khalil El-Jofi. Michael Anderson. Emmanuel Andrianopoulos. Annabelle Antonini. Fakhri Awauda. Thank you. Next group, please. Starlin Batista. Russell Bauer. Madeline Bex. Brody Bentley. Mary Bishara. And Paula Bongiovanni. Students, please make sure your buttons are unbuttoned. Thank you. Macy Booth. Chelsea Bork. Lucas Brandow. Armando Bunyaye. Christopher Kahn. And Ashling Cantillon. Thank you. Michael Chowie, Alexander Kiera, Shafayat Chowdhury, Stephen Clark, Carolyn Cody, and Nathaniel Connolly. Thank you. Jack Crowley, Kyle Davis, Sazrika De Silva, Renee Dierstein, Ishan Deshmukh, and Nini Don Win. Thank you. Sana Effendi, Alexandra Eli, Ahmed Ilnawawi, Zara Fatehi, Rachel Feldman, and Hannah Fink. Thank you. Fiona Fitzgerald, Maria Forte, Catherine Gauthier, Kristen George, Patrick Gibson, and Francesca Hines. Thank you. Cassie Girardin, Anna Chemov, Melody Ho, Melanie Horn, Patrick Horn, and Austin Howe. Thank you. Laura Hudson, Bishoy Ibrahim, Danielle Ichayek, Jenna James, Daniel Yaramchuk, Mariam Jawad. Thank you. Daniel Jeffrey. Jennifer Kachelmeyer. Adriana Kapusta. Michael Karski. Kevin Kelly. Mohammed Khan. Thank you. Annie Kokichi. Rachna Kohli. Nikhil Krishnani. Shamil Lakhani. Alana Lashley. And Thomas Laskarzuski. Thank you. Julianne Lee. Deanna Lewis. Vivian Lee. Amy Liu. Matthew Lobiondo. And Brandon Loshakov. Thank you. Jackie Luo. Sydney Mai. Tazeen Malik. Madison Mangonia. Arjun Mehrotra. And Eric Mahia. Thank you. Saisri Michelini. Fatima Mirza. Michaela Morrison. Elena Mayalu. Bhavika Nagareddy. And Brandon Naus. Thank you. Mega Nair. Megan Nye. Monica Arose. Cassandra Orr. Andrea Palu. And Kajal Patel. Thank you. Shivani Patel. Tulsi Patel. Niharika Paudel. Fazil Kamar. Alexander Reels. And Joel Reinhardt. Thank you. Katrine Rostemi, Siti Safura, Ali Salam, Mary Samarna, Nilabra Sarangi, and Eric Schneider. Thank you. Molly Schottmiller, Jonathan Sembrat, Amani Shamruk, Maris Sifan Gatas, Lydia Signorella, and Kanwar Singh. Thank you. Kelly Syracuse, Douglas Spear, Dristi Talukdar, Finita Tan, and Eva Tastian, and Sofia Valerino. Thank you. Johnson Varghese, George Vega, Nicole Walrath, Brandon Weisman, Ryan Witzak, and Annie Zhang. Thank you. And finally, Jan Zambecki and Jessica Zorich. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Galati. That was wonderful. So let me give a little brief introduction, and then I'm going to invite the class of 2026 to join me in reciting the Osteopathic Pledge of Commitment, which is printed on the back of your programs. Okay, didn't expect you to memorize it yet, all right? So as members of the osteopathic medical profession, in an effort to instill loyalty, to strengthen our profession, we recall the tenets to which the profession is founded, the dynamic interaction of mind, body, spirit, and the body's ability to heal itself, and the primary role of the musculoskeletal system and preventative medicine as the key to maintaining health. We recognize the work that our predecessors have accomplished in building this incredible profession. And we commit ourselves to continuing that work. So if you could please stand up, class of 2026. Right. And I want you to repeat the pledge of commitment, and I'll start out here. So, I pledge to provide compassionate quality care to my patients. To partner with them to promote health. To display integrity and professionalism throughout my career. To advance the philosophy, practice, and science of osteopathic medicine. To continue lifelong learning. To support my profession with loyalty in action, word, and deed. To live each day as an example of what an osteopathic physician should be. Thank you. You can be seated. Having formally received your white coat, you have pledged your commitment to medicine and the osteopathic profession. You continue your lifelong journey to become a valued osteopathic physician and respected member of our community. However, you're not alone in this journey through medical school. LECOM is here to provide you with the highest level of medical education that is second to none. LECOM will guide you and develop you to the highest moral and ethical standards that are essential and demanded by the osteopathic medical school profession. We ensure that by the end of your medical school journey, you will possess the professional competencies that will serve you throughout your residency and throughout your entire professional life. We welcome you to the medical profession. So go forward with confidence. Continue to learn in the wonderment of the science of medicine, and your personal rewards will be great. On behalf of the college administration, all of our faculty, I would like to thank all of the family members, the loved ones who have joined us in this white coat ceremony for the LECOM at Elmira class of 2026. It really is a pleasure having you with us as we recognize this dedication to medicine that the students have shown so far. We're excited to see how they work together to change the face of medicine in the many years ahead. Following this event, the student body has organized a very special gathering on the grounds of Elmira College. We have some light refreshments and water, and faculty, myself, will be out there to recognize you. You'll have an opportunity to meet all of these dedicated faculty who have spent many years in trying to shape and support our wonderful students that we're honoring today. So at this time, I would like to dismiss the families. May a seat go out, please, if you wish to. Families can leave and go out and have cookies and water, and then we'll have the medical students. We will have photos in the lobby, photos with faculty, photos with me if you'd like. Families, please enjoy the remainder of your stay in Elmira and have a safe trip home. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you. We'll see you out in the lobby.